I thought, I'm just going to grab my camera, start snapping, and see if I can pick out a few. And I got this beautiful one right here. This is where it's at its brightest look. You know, you can see it's very illuminated.
Yeah.
And it's not a satellite. I can tell you right now, it's too low to be a satellite, and it's not the space station. It's definitely something that is in the Earth's atmosphere, maybe a couple of thousand feet up, but it's flying over Pentyrch. They couldn't see it with their own eyes. Now, I'm sure of this. The pilots could not see it with their own eyes, or they had tremendous trouble seeing it. They have their own cameras, and the video will show this. They have like normal color vision cameras, you know, like the ones we use.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a more high definition. That couldn't pick it up. It was only when they switched it to the forward-looking infrared, the FLIR system, the thermal imaging sensors, that got picked up.
Since 2013, we have been given messages from the spirit world through psychic communication, dreams, and personal experiences, which have been validated through numerous paranormal sessions.
My brother Jonathan
And a group known as the Council of 12 have given us predictions, guidance, and information surrounding everything from ufology, spirituality to politics and ancient history, all of which we have investigated to the best of our ability. Throughout this quest, your contribution has been vital to our work. So if you find this video useful, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, join the conversation in the comment section below. You are the ones that help us along this journey. We are so grateful for everything you have given us. So join us on our quest into the cutting edge of research, and welcome to the Paranormal Now investigations. Yo Para Peeps, how's it going? Right, this video is of some of the stuff that's been captured over the last couple of years, months. Strange stuff in the sky. You would have seen, if you follow this channel, you would have seen myself and Jazz posted a video about some of the things I've been seeing just out of the view that you can't see on the other side of you. Strange orbs in the sky. Well, they've been happening. I've been filming them personally. We've had videos sent to us of some of the strange things. Have a look. The gentleman talking is Gari Jones. He is quite something, and the investigations he has been doing into the UFO phenomena is amazing. And one of the things that is the most amazing is being that voice and being that person to listen to the person that's witnessed these things and doing something about it and investigating it, because there is nothing worse than seeing or hearing or witnessing something that nobody else will believe. And this young man took his time and did some incredible investigating into the events you are about to see. So enjoy, keep an eye out. There's going to be quite a few more videos coming up from this young man on our channel, because we did a 3.5 hour no debate and it was fascinating. You will never see as good a case being put forward as this into UFOs.
Well, I've sent in a couple of articles for Outer Limits magazine. It's operated and owned by Chris Evers, and he likes to take articles from people who've got something relevant to add, and it all goes in there on a monthly. I think it's either a monthly or every 3 months. I'm not sure the date, but one particular one that I did do was called the Welsh Orb Mystery, or the mysteries, I should say. And it was a series of reports which had some good evidence, photographic evidence that, or something detailed in reports as well, because that's the only way you can do investigations. You can't just, anybody can see anything and say, oh, I saw something strange, it went that way, it made no sound, and that's it. But what can you do with that? You need something to investigate. So I picked out a series of very interesting sightings that happened in Wales, and I put it all in together in this very nice article, and I call it the Welsh Orb Mysteries. Now, the reason why I got very involved in this is we had, for a period of 2 or 3 months between April, May, June, and into July 2019, so last year, some of the sightings were being sent with videos and pictures as well. I've collected a few of my own, and I'll show them to you soon, and you'll see, right, how it all links back to the area that you're living in. And yeah, this was very strange indeed, because when I was driving home with my friend one night, we had gone to an event in Cardiff. It was like an Ultimate Fighter championship event. It wasn't the UFC, but it was a promotion with very similar, a very similar thing going on. But we were driving home, and we were coming up the A470, and just up to the right of us, at an old quarry area, in our area, it's called the Gap or the Giant's Bite. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like a big gap in a mountain, and you can see that it's an old quarry place. It's got a few nicknames, but it's either called the Giant's Bite or the Gap. And I saw these 2 teardrop-shaped things, which were just right there, brighter than any star, brighter than the moon, I reckon, the way they were shining. And there were 2 of them equal apart, and they were not helicopters or planes or anything, because they were just stagnant like that. And I got a good 10-second view of them. And as we entered another clearing, as we entered around a corner, I looked back to see where they were, and they were totally gone. And there was I don't think it wasn't very cloudy. It was cloudy that night, and there were not many stars to be seen. So I was just like, wow, what's going on here? And then I started checking all the usual websites for reports, and just to see if there's anything going on. And people were reporting them all over the place. So I thought, well, they're obviously around, because I'm seeing them. Other people I know have seen them. Right. This is one I took on Tuesday, the 21st of May. And I was seeing some very odd streaks of white going through the sky, and I thought it's probably just flowers, that dandelions or whatever. The white flowers that have the things flying around. No, but these were way up. These were way too high for them to be up like that. And I thought, I'm just going to grab my camera, start snapping, and see if I can pick out a few. And I got this beautiful one right here. And it looks like.
It looks like, it looks like an after, like something when you have an afterburner, or it breaks the speed sound barrier.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, at the back of it, that's an amazing picture.
Yeah, well, this is how it looks on a wider shot. I mean, you can zoom in if you want to and take a look. I've described it as a Pokemon ball, because it looks like something very strange. But I mean, this is it when it's cropped. Look, it's more. I mean, it's interesting when you say afterburner, because the sky. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I mean, maybe it doesn't show up, but the sky was very, very white, thin-layered cloud. It was a clear sky, but there was lots of a misty sort of layer of cloud just above it or below it or whatever, and it's creating this kind of shadow. But here, look, you can see this is clearly something physical. Yeah. And the sunlight is over that way. The sunlight's over this way, shining against it. So this is something physical. But here's the thing. I just want to iterate something here. Just see if I can get it. This is it when I've enhanced it and cropped it. Look, you can see more of it. You can see that afterburner, or whatever you call it, the shockwave as it goes through the sound barrier.
Yeah.
You can see it there. Look, it's got shape, it's got form, it's got light and dark and texture, and
it's very, very similar to what some of the stuff the one that you filmed back in January, Rich, and the one that I think it was Leanne from the Rhondda sent us, because I was looking at it, I was wondering if it was Venus. We both checked, didn't we? If it was Venus, and then about 2 or 3 days later, she sent us another one, and it's moving across the sky. It kind of like goes, and this was before the Starlink stuff started to happen.
This one doesn't show up so well, but I would tell your listeners and your viewers who will see this in the future, always keep an eye out for these planes that fly low enough that you can see with your eyes, right? Very clearly detailed with your eyes. I mean, on this picture it doesn't show up so well. But if you can see, like the twin-engine planes or the four-engine planes, and they don't appear to be all that high, a couple of thousand feet maybe, but yet, they're leaving all these trails behind, keep an eye out for what comes around them, because sometimes they do actually seem to, these white things seem to follow them. orbs, and this is a plane actually spraying, I believe. Some people call them chemtrails. I call them chemtrails, but the correct term is they're actually spraying, I reckon. And those white things are there constantly. I mean, there's another one right here. Look, I mean, it doesn't show up so clear on this one. But can you see it? Look, it's not a bird, and that's not a bird or anything, But this was a few days after the other one, I believe, or in the same week. I mean, they were all over the place. I may have a bit.
Did you take this yourself, Gar, or did
yes, these are my pictures. These are my pictures, so you know where they're coming from. And there he is again. Look, and it's not. I'm actually focused on that plane, that's what it.
Yeah.
And this thing is showing up, but you make of it what you want. But I mean, there's another one down there. They're not really clear here, but I mean, I saw this. I mean, I think that might be an insect actually. Sometimes they show up on them, but but I want to show you something now. Again, I mean, look at it. This is a little more defined. I mean, okay, it's a white dot, but what I'm trying to say is, if you could see it in real time, you could see them swarming around this thing. Taking a very, very unusual interest in it. And there's some of the things I put together. Like, I don't know if you can see them more clearly. Okay, they don't have much detail, but the one I showed you, they look very similar to this. They had these,
absolutely.
White. They had like the white border on it, and that strange kind of
It almost looks like that's
shadow.
In motion. It looks like that's kind of in motion, whereas the first one you showed us is almost like sort of standing stationary. Or sort of like rotating on a spot. Wow.
I got a few videos I can show you actually. Just if I can, hopefully I can show you some. Here's one. This was sent to me by, her name's Victoria Clark. She's a good friend of mine, and she sent me this. And she was funny enough. She was down in Pentyrch when she filmed this. I'll just let it play through. Now she's never seen one before. Realistically, she's never actually seen any sort of white or any sort of UFO for that matter, but she's always known they were there. But this is the first time she saw it, and she said 6 of these went over in different directions within in a space of like a night time of watching, and it has no flashing lights on it. There's no green or red lights that would have some sort of air traffic sort of shape to it. It wasn't any satellite. I checked with the satellite tracking. There was nothing coming through. You may be able to see some of the stars as they pass through. This is where it's at its brightest look. You can see it's very illuminated.
Yeah.
And it's not a satellite. I can tell you right now, it's too low to be a satellite, and it's not the space station. It's definitely something that is in the Earth's atmosphere, maybe a couple of thousand feet up, but it's flying over Pentyrch. And I've had people seeing these things all the time.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be able to. I can't imagine you'd be able to zoom in like that with the satellites. Cause
no, not like that. No.
No. So I mean that gives it some credence. Yeah, that would give it credence. That it is lower.
And I've got some pretty good cameras, and I have enough trouble just getting them to stay in focus, So for them to be like this, it would have to be something like a plane. I can focus in on planes and helicopters even when they're a couple of thousand feet up very easily, but I can't do it with satellites even when they are incredibly bright. I mean, you can do it with like the specialist cameras, but this is just a smartphone.
Yeah.
This is just a smartphone. This is just a your smartphone, one of those good cameras, but not the high quality ones that we used to. But you can see it. Look, it's moving away. There's another star shining bright there. Look, see. So this is someone down in Pontyclean. I can't remember the exact date, but I put it in my article, and this one's very unusual because it flies up one way. I don't know if you can see it. See, there it is, look.
Yeah.
It stops and goes back the other way. It should do that. See, it's going to stop now, roughly. But then I got 2 videos, so maybe this is not the one, but the person recording it, there it goes, look. You see it? And that's not a drone either. I don't think that's a drone. They're looking at it with their own eyes, which is far more sharper resolution than this. I mean, look at the way it's going.
That just stopped and went the other direction.
Yeah. And I've seen some of these very well high-performance drones fly, and I've never seen them move like that. I'm going to show you this one, right? This is Merthyr Orb 2019 versus NPAS, that's the National Police Air Service, Orb 2016. Now, this one on the left is mine, and this is something that came out of an infrared thermal imaging thing. That one was over St. Athens, and I believe the police, or this helicopter, followed it down to the bridge crossing, you know? And you know, the interesting thing is, I'm certain of this now. This one I know I didn't see, but I got a strange sense it was there. I just like, where are you? Where are you going? You know, because when they were flying past the trail of the plane, I just showed you the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's got to be somewhere here. And I just aimed my camera at a certain spot. I was like, okay, you know, click, you know, around here somewhere. And I went back to the computer, put it through, and there it was. Like, you know, I mean, look at the detail on the thing. It's amazing.
So you didn't actually see it with your own eyes, you just snapped it and it came out on the camera?
Yeah.
That's incredible. So basically the camera saw something which we couldn't see with our own eyes.
Oh yeah, well these are two proofs of it right here. Let me just bring it up for you. I got the video to play. This is the Freedom of Information request. Let me just tell you the story of how this came about. I'm sure I got this right. It was originally released by someone inside the NPAS, the National Police Air Service. And they recorded it off their mobile phone and, you know, put it out to the world for them to see. And when some people in Wales got a hold of it, they sent out a Freedom of Information request requesting this video, and this was released to the public. If I just go forward a bit, let me play it, and I'll just tell you about that scene with the camera thing. You know, this is it by here. This is the date here. Look, 16th of September 2006. Yes, it was September. 16th of September, and these things. This was over St. Athens, and then it headed down to the bridge, you know, with the Bristol Channel. Mm-hmm. And now the very interesting thing about this is that they couldn't see it with their own eyes. Now I'm sure of this. The pilots could not see it with their own eyes, or they had tremendous trouble seeing it. They have their own cameras, and the video will show this. They have like normal color vision cameras, you know, like the ones we use.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a more high definition. That couldn't pick it up. It was only when they switched it to the forward-looking infrared, the FLIR system, the thermal imaging sensors, that got picked up. That's the only way they could see it.
Now that's very close to the things that the US have been releasing. The Pentagon stuff that was released a couple of years ago, and then confirmed a couple of days ago. I will get my facts right, otherwise I'm only going to get shot down for it.
Well, it's only within about 6 months. I think 6-7 months after the Pentyrch incident. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this thing is. I've never seen anyone. I mean, but there it looks battle shaped, and then it goes into sort of like a Pokemon bullseye kind of shape. You know. I mean, let me see if I can forward this a bit. I'm going to skip it for yeah. There it is. Look in normal color. You can't see it. Look. Obviously, it's dark, but you can't see nothing. But it's only when you switch it to FLIR system. Look, there it is.
That's amazing.
And it seems to change some kind of shape, and it has that strange hue. You look at it, look, see?
Yeah.
Remember that thing I told you about? I mean, isn't that amazing, huh? Those things are around him, mate. They are. I don't, I'm not the only one seeing them. You're seeing them. People are seeing them. They're videotaping them. And the description, the only thing that seems to change with the description is the color.
Yeah.
Really. Sometimes the shape is round or spherical. Sometimes it's kind of like oval shape, but realistically, what we find is the color. It's usually red, white, or green. And that's not lights on a helicopter or an aircraft. That is something individually on its own that people have seen with their own eyes and recorded with cameras.